So how to be a good friend. I'm gonna read off some notes here that I made. Um, so apologies throughout the video if I'm not entirely like fluid with my speech, but so the first thing I have written down is quit being a sigma, right? Um, when you first discover self improvement, you can fall into it really deep, really fast. So like it can really happen overnight, right? Like you watch like a video and then you watch another one and then you watch another one and then you watch another one and then you think you've learned all this stuff and it's like I forget the term, but it's like when you first learn something you think you know everything, um, but then the more you learn the more you realize you don't know. So that's kind of like the thing is like when you first learn about it, and I'm thinking of like me in like grade 9 or 10, right? This is what I used to be like, is like you learn about self-improvement and instantly you think you're a high value man, you know? You like you don't realize how much work it actually takes, how much like improvement and how much money you have to make and how much like time you have to spend working out and all this stuff. You don't realize like you're not you're not him, right? But you think you're him. um so it's like you change your self-image so fast that your friends can't really adapt to it that quick. Apologies, that they might be distracting. That's my graduation core because I graduated. Get out of here. I'm out of school. See you later. But yeah, anyway, your friends don't really realize that, like, or you don't realize that your friends can't adapt their image of you as quickly as you can adapt your image of yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard to explain how that happens, but like you can change your personality in a week or in a day, but everybody who knows you and have known you for years can't change that quickly, change their image and like perspective of you that quickly. So you need to just like avoid my mistakes, avoid being weird, being a sigma, you know, like being labeled Andrew Tate from Wish. That's what like your friends will label you as. You know, they'll see you and they'll be like, ah, bro watches too much Andrew Tate. You know, don't do that. Just if you start watching self improvement videos, stay humble. Don't like tell your friends if they ask for advice, then they ask for advice and you can help them. But don't like try and instantly change your whole personality and everything about yourself. And I mean, me at the age that I'm trying to convey to, I probably wouldn't even watch this video and I wouldn't understand, but I gotta say it anyway, because it might help one person. So here it is, right? Um, yeah, just make sure that you actually do the work. Like when you watch a video, take action on it for like a week, and then you can gradually build up your confidence and gradually change your personality to someone who actually does the things if you actually do them. You know what I mean? Instead of just changing your personality because you watched some video, you know? So the next thing is on being a valuable, cool friend is market yourself. So get out there, join clubs, sports, volunteers, just hang out with different people. Like a big thing that I've realized is at parties, like don't party, but like bouncing around, you kind of just like bump into people and say, "Hey, what's your name?" You know, and like shake their hand and just be normal, right? Like to be a cool friend, just be chill, you know? Don't take things too seriously, don't take insults too literally. If someone's like pecking at you and just being a bitch, stand up for yourself. That's another thing. If someone's bullying you or bugging you or being a bitch and they like don't stand for that shit, right? If they're pushing you around, especially if they're touching you, man, knock that motherfucker out. Like don't, even if you can't, even if you're weak, even like if you aren't confident in your fighting abilities, and I mean I'm not. I've been trying to go like learn how to fight. I've been asking, but we live in the middle of nowhere. If you can see in my other videos. But anyway, point aside, if someone's bugging you, don't stand for it. And if they're just like pecking at you and like just kind of like being annoying, don't just instantly assault them. But like if they're pushing you around and constantly like physically harming you, don't be afraid. Fucking punch him in the face. Give him a good old like 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Give him that Rocky. Um, but as point aside, market yourself. Like join club sports, all that. Even if you're not good at basketball, coincidence, but like being part of a team, it's especially a good member of a team, but that kind of takes work. So you'll have to work on it, but you have to work on everything. So get over it, right? Being a member of a team, a valuable member of a team, really helps improve your sort of social status, like your placement in the social hierarchy. So that's very important. So just if you like try out for your basketball team and or like any sport you want, if you like volleyball or if you like golf or something like that, just get involved in places instead of just sitting in your room. You know what I mean? Just any place that you are, biking clubs, like mountain biking or skateboarding or all that stuff. Just anything that you're not in your room doing. You know what I mean? That's gonna definitely improve your social life and your value as a friend, right? And the last one here I didn't read, but it says fake it. Quit being alone in your room. Speak with your family. Go outside. Read. Exercise. Call someone. Get out of your head and live the life you want to, as well as dress nicely. So yeah, basically what I said. Get out of your head. Like stop thinking that people are constantly judging you. And yeah, they might be. Everyone judges everyone, right? Like you kind of it. I kind of don't, I'm really an outlier in the sense that I am pretty accepting of people. You know what I mean? Like if somebody comes up and says like, I want to be a pro basketball player, a lot of people are going to be like, no, you're not. You're not going to be a pro basketball player. There's only 400 something players in the NBA. I'm like, yeah, bro, you might be. Like there's 400 players in the NBA. Yeah, you could be one of them. Like it's you got like one in X number of people, but like it's still a chance, right? Like I like in that way I'm kind of accepting, I'm accepting of people's like aspirations and whatnot. But yeah. You just need to like get out of thinking like doubting yourself. Self-doubt. That's what I'm trying to say is like you need to learn how to just get that shit out of your head. Just get all of like everything that says, you can't do it. Who do you think you are? Just get all that stuff out. And that's going to take a while, but basically fake it until you make it. Just think, yeah, I'm the shit. Yeah, I'm this. I can do anything I want. I can anything. I could be an astronaut. Give me a couple of years. I'll be an astronaut. I can make millions. I can do XYZ. No problem. That's me. I'm that guy, You have to like kind of have that over arrogance in yourself. Don't express it because people don't really like arrogance, but have it in your mind and keep it to yourself. Give me a sec. I thought I heard someone in my house, but, but anyway. And the last point is dress nicely. If you dress like a slob, like I'm kind of dressed like a slob right now. You can't see, but I got sweatpants on and like baggy sweater and all that. But if you dress like a slob, people are gonna treat you like a slob. If you dress nicely, if you dress like an athlete, people will treat you like an athlete. You know what I mean? So like wear some nice pants, put some jeans on, whatever. Just try and avoid like sweatpants if you're not working out. Try and avoid super baggy sweaters, dirty shirts. Don't smell. Like if you smell, people are gonna just like people hate smelly people, so don't smell. Try and get your skin cleared up. I'm pretty fucked up right now, but do as I say, not as I do, right? This is an outlier scenario. Don't we'll move past it, right? Nice pants, like don't wear dirty clothes. Just try and like keep yourself clean, right? Wear like minimal printed shirts, like don't wear like some print ass Star Wars shirts, something like that. Just look clean, look professional. Like assume every day that you're gonna meet someone or interact with someone that's gonna be very professional or need you to be sort of like in that groove, like sort of that they'll need you to put your best foot forward or they'll like only accept you if you put your best foot forward. So just kind of like be mindful of your appearance, be mindful of how, like, of your presentation of yourself, you know, of your outer self, as well as your inner self, self-doubt and all that. It doesn't matter if you dress well if you doubt yourself. Also, don't be fat. That's kind of a harder thing to change, but it's a more straightforward thing to say. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, become a valuable friend. There you go. And also, side note, PS postscript here. Do this. Like, I made a video previously about how you kind of aren't going to be super good friends with people in high school, but be friends with them anyway. Don't like follow their habits, don't follow their advice per se, but just you can be friends with them, and you can use these like strategies to enhance your time at school, because you're at school for 6 hours a day, almost every day for 4 years in high school. You may as well have as much fun and as much like as little unnecessary stress as possible. So if you can like make friends and just kind of like be cool with, you know, like be chill and like not depressed all the time in school, that would be ideal, right? So yeah, don't be friends with degenerates, but sometimes that's all you have. So there's like both sides of it, right? Because like you can't really not be friends with people if you have to be in a scenario or an environment where people are all the time, and you can't just be alone because you're surrounded by people anyway. So it's like you kind of have to make some friends, try and make as high quality friends as possible. Sometimes it's not an option, but you know, if you're acting like the person that you want to be and you're acting like the friend that you would want to be friends with, you know what I mean? Like if you're acting like a friend, this is a very valuable, right? Funny that it's right at the end of the video. One person or something's gonna be watching this. If you act like the person that your high value friends would want to be friends with, then eventually you'll like attract those people into your life. You know, like law of attraction. And yeah, you can't like whatever, but yeah, you gotta fake it to make it. Like see it before you believe it. See it to believe it, something like that. You know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. You gotta kind of like picture it in your mind and like sort of manifest it into your reality. You know, man, self improvement's so weird to talk about. You know, like, but yeah. Anyway, hope this video helped. See you later.